Here we go. Here we go. Waiting for the intro and we're ready to go for today's edition of the Real Estate Show. And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another daily edition of the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic that you and I both love, and that's real estate. My name is Eric Wellner, and I am your host. My mission here is to educate and empower more Americans to own real estate and own a piece of the American dream. And we do that by being live here Monday through Friday. That's 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each day from 8 until 8:30 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. Translate that to wherever you are across the country, because we are live then, and we are live on our AM station, AM 1470. That's WWNN. And if you're looking for us on the internet, you can also find us on the iHeartRadio, the TuneIn, and some of the other free apps that you can download and listen to us. That's right, WWNN 1470 Money Talk Radio. Also on the FM dial down here at 95.3, 96.9, and 103.9. So from end to end on the dial, you'll find the Real Estate Show here Monday through Friday. We got a super show for you today. Some great announcements. I promised you I had some good announcements coming up for this week, and I won't disappoint. But first of all, I want to also let you know that we stream this live on our Facebook page. Yes, we also have a Facebook page where we stream this. So there are some listeners and watchers, I should say, right now on our Facebook page. So a very good evening to you. You can watch and hear the show on our Facebook, literally from anywhere in the world. And we do have listeners or watchers from South America to Canada, in North America, all the way across the pond in Europe and other places as well. Look at that. A good old friend, Nadine Bankleaf, just popped on to say hello. John Brown, best handyman in town, is on there. Hey, John, how are you? And we have not only all of those ways to listen to us, but you can also always go back to our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com, where you can just go to the top of the page there. You can click on the listen live between 8 and 8:30 each evening. Or if you miss us, or just that's not the best time for you, then go ahead and just download one of the podcast versions. We've got stuff going back way back, literally years of recordings there. So you can listen to it live, you can listen to it there, you can download it, take it with you, iHeartRadio. There's so many different ways now to catch the Real Estate Show. And I guess that's why our audience has been growing, and that's why I'm going to make one of my big announcements today. So I want to thank all of you listeners very much, because it's thanks to your comments to the radio station, it's thanks to your feedback here on all the different ways that you can listen to us, that the Real Estate Show is on the move again. And starting on the first Monday of November, we're also going to be able to be found at our new time. And that's in addition to our 8 o'clock show. We're also going to be on our 5 p.m. So drive time, here we come again. And we've kind of come to different spots on the radio. We were at drive time a few years ago in the morning. Now we're going to be at drive time in the evening, a spot that we were probably about 15 years ago as well. So we want to invite you and tell your friends that if 8 p.m. was too late for them, then 5 p.m. ought to be better. And we're going to be here live 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here where you found us, but at our new time. And that's exciting because, as you know, as they say in real estate, location is true there. Well, so is location when it comes to the hour when you're on the radio. And so we're very excited. It's another step in our growth of the Real Estate Show, and we hope that you'll join us. And love to see your comments on our Facebook page, what you think of our brand new time that we're going to be starting at. And also any comments as well. So you can leave it there, or you can always send us a note at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Or, by the way, you can also text. And now you just reminded me. In fact, I'm going to come back to that where we can talk a little about that. I love seeing the votes, the likes, the hearts, and all that other good stuff. But I love to hear your feedback, whether you which of the two times you like better. Again, remember, November 1st, we're starting off at 5 p.m. and at 8 p.m. And it'll be an opportunity for you to listen to the Real Estate Show, get a double dose of daily real estate. Anyway, I want to thank you. And like I said, I really owe it to the listeners who made this possible. It's your feedback that brought us there to that time. And we listen, the radio show listens, the radio station listens. And I'm glad that you guys listen as well. Also want to thank our sponsors that make that possible. Remember, timetofixmycredit.com. Those of you who are interested in more information about improving, strengthening, or even just repairing a credit report, remember to visit timetofixmycredit.com. And we got some backup information for you there as well. So just remember, the Real Estate Show has been, and always will be a place where real estate investors looking for assistance, for management and support for their quality income producing real estate. And whether you're a homeowner or an investor, whether it's your first home or your 21st home, this is the place to come. And we're going to continue to keep feeding you as much information about the real estate field as we possibly can, always trying to stay relevant and up to date. Because remember, each day of the week, we start out the week, our Mondays on a mission today. And what I want to talk to you today, first of all, is that great announcement that we were going to make. That's number one. Number two, I want to start talking a little bit more now. You know, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about the reset, the relaunch, and everything else, and getting ready for the market that is coming. It is coming, and it's we're now almost 8 days away. 8 more days till Election Day. So the iPhone has been released. So if that was your excuse why you weren't doing anything, the iPhone is out. 8 more days, the elections are going to be done. You're going to be able to check that box as well. If that's what's been holding you back, you're going to have your answer, I hope, at the end of the night. So in 8 more days, that one is done. And then in less than 70 days, we're going to be done with the year, in which case everything changes. You know, we could have a new administration, a new year, a new real estate market as well. Good. I'm getting some really cool feedback. So the answer is yes. Love the new time, Eric. Thank you. My good friend from Chicago there. Marianne's asking 2 live shows or will one be rebroadcast? The intention right now is 2 live shows. We're going to probably back that down, and we'll do the live one live at 5, and then they'll rebroadcast it at 8 p.m. So whichever one is more convenient. We're going to kind of make sure that everybody needs to know what they need to know. They need to know. But you know, here we are. You know, this is a great opportunity for everybody along the road, and I love the feedback as well. So as we were saying, Mondays we kind of sit down here each week. We talk about what the topic is, and I want to talk about the automatic landlord. And the automatic landlord is a system. It's a book that we wrote a while ago, and we're getting ready to release the 2020 version of the automatic landlord, because as you can imagine, with technology and things going on, we've refined and finessed that, and we're going to talk to you how you can get a free copy of that book in a few weeks. The second thing we want to talk about is the process, you know, because what the automatic landlord is really a process. And you're going to be able to learn that process and the whole idea. And by the way, this goes back to when we originally launched this radio show back in 1999, almost 22 years ago. We launched this radio show with the idea of the following. real estate is taught by a lot of people, and many times by the latest in and out of town guy who comes in, the latest self-proclaimed guru who comes in out of town, sells his books, sells his tapes. That shows you how far back we go. His CDs, whatever it is, his boot camps, his workshops, and then out of town he goes, and you're left on your own. We wanted there to be a place where you could come on a daily basis, ask your questions, send in your questions via email, via our Facebook page, and get those answers in real time. Get the market conditions in real time. Be able to learn real estate from real people who are really doing it, not just out there selling books and tapes and things like that. You can see that's a very small part of what we do. The major part of what we do is real estate, and that's what we do. And we teach that, and we do that all over the country. If you have been around for this show for any amount of time, you know that we have been doing that not just here in South Florida where we're based out of, but we do a lot of it in Texas. We do a lot of it in Pennsylvania. We do it in other places, literally from California to New York, from Chicago down to Fort Lauderdale. And that's what this whole thing was about. And when we designed the show originally, we wanted to bring real estate to everybody, because really anybody can do real estate. Not everybody will, and most people don't. But we know this fact. Number one is that if you teach it the right way, everybody can do it. Whether they will do it, because it is work. It is something to do. Something that pays that well obviously has to have some amount of work. The really cool thing about it, and why real estate gets such a great reputation, is that in the beginning it's a bit of work, and it becomes less and less work because it builds upon itself. You buy one rental property, well, maybe your first one, it's a lot of work finding it, fixing it, and doing it all this. And we're going to talk about that. In fact, on our Tuesday show, which is where I really want to spend time talking about that, on our Tuesday show, we're going to talk about the process of buying a property. First step, right? So the first thing is to find the property, and to find the right property, then to negotiate the right price on the right property, put it under contract, and do the right things from the inspections and everything to get it closed. Getting that baby to close sometimes is the hard part, but it can happen. And with a little bit of guidance, you can get it done. And we can show you. In fact, we help and coach a whole bunch of people on how to do that. But then when you get it to the closing, now the work continues. Now you've got to put either repairs, you got to put lipstick on the property to make it rentable, or make it really nice to make it saleable. Then you got to find a tenant if you're going to hold on to it. Then you got to collect on it. But you know what? At that point, it starts to get a lot easier. And then the second time you do that, right? The first time you do anything is hard. The second time gets a little easier. The third time gets even easier. By the fourth time, it's easy, 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 easy. So that's what we wanted to do. And we wanted to make buying real estate literally as easy as buying a CD. That was my original, it was right the quote that I said, I want to make real estate as easy as buying a CD, only way more profitable. CDs don't give you monthly income like real estate, and real estate can do that. CDs don't give you a bunch of tax breaks like depreciation and all the other things that go along with real estate. Real estate has more tax benefits than anything else. Real estate gives you equity, and you can actually build extra equity into your real estate investment. Can't do that with a CD. CDs don't appreciate. Yes, the interest accrues, but that's not appreciation. Real estate appreciates. The value of the property goes up over time. And finally, the sort of the turbo on the engine, and how you can fast forward to much greater riches in real estate than investing in banks or typical investments, is the leverage. I can control a $100,000 property with anywhere between $3,000 and $20,000. I have 3% to 20%, depending on whether I own it to live in it or whether I buy it as an investment. So real estate has a ton of advantages. And just imagine if I could just make it as easy as buying a CD. And we're going to show you over the next couple of weeks how we do that. So that's on Slate for Tuesday. We're going to talk about that exact process of making real estate as easy, and what is the process and how do you turn that into a system that cycles? And we're going to talk about cycles. It's a very important concept in real estate. So that'll be Tuesday. Lots of stuff for you on Tuesday this week. Now, Wednesdays typically are midweek report. But before I get into that, I just noticed that I'm way over time for our break. We're going to take a quick break, hear a few words from our commercial sponsors, but don't touch that dial. I'm on the roll. I got a lot of stuff for you here on our real estate show, and you're going to see what a huge week this is going to be. Not only our new announcement, but all the stuff we're going to be giving for you on the show. So don't touch that dial. My name is Eric Wilner. I am your host, and I will be right back. Ooh, time flew by. So when we go to our new time, starting the first Monday in November, obviously there'll be a whole new crowd of people that will be joining us, and so that's very, very exciting. So I probably won't be able to pack as much into the first couple of shows just because of those sort of housekeeping announcements, and that's why we'll probably still do the later show. But after that, then we'll probably live at 5. Once again, duplicate at 8. How's that for a motto? Live at 5, duplicate at 8. But people at different time zones will have different availability and so forth, and it'll allow us to do a couple of other cool things that we have planned for the real estate show. So Simone from Boca Raton is in the house. Oi, Simone. So Earl, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? I was afraid you might have got snowed in up there in Chicago. Here we go. We're coming back. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. And if you missed us in the first half, who is now moving to some of the prime time on the dial. We're not only on 1 a.m. station, 3 FM stations, but now we're going to be prime time right at 5 p.m. starting November 2nd. November 2nd is the first Monday in the month of November. So we're going to finish the year off with a bang. Remember, I've been telling you all along that our plan was to make COVID being the subtitle of everything. We're not going to let COVID run our business. We're going to run our business. We're going to create our own economy, and we're going to help you to create your own economy. Real estate is probably one of the best ways to do that out there. So I hope you'll join us at our new time. Very excited about that, 5 p.m. So we'll be live at 5, and then we'll be, again, at our normal 8 p.m. time as we continue to grow the real estate show, even in these tough times. But, there's an old saying that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And that's what I want to invite you, all of our listeners out there, to join us to get going. We've been talking about the relaunch and getting ready and doing our due diligence and how to prepare and protect ourselves from everything that's going on in the coronavirus environment. And even though right now out there you're seeing that the numbers are going, we had expected, we had anticipated, and we're told that when the fall flu season set in, we were likely to see more of the infections, more people test positive. But thankfully, more people test positive, but much fewer people are getting seriously sick or dying. We're doing a lot better with that. Now, that means that you should still take all the precautions. So, eat well, sleep well, exercise well. It's all part. Without your health, and here at home, we even talk about that. That rule number 1 is don't get sick. About everything, because you know what, nothing else matters if you're sick. You don't really care about money. You might need some money, but you don't care about money when you feel terrible. All you care about is you wanting to feel better. So that's part of a well-rounded person. And so, as we were talking about during the week, we set the theme, and this week we're going to talk about the automatic landlord. It's a process. It's a process that anybody can do. And probably one of the biggest objections that I have gotten over the years, when I ask, it's kind of an interesting conversation. Whenever I get to speak publicly about real estate, and I'm often asked to do so, one of the things I always like to do is kind of get to know the audience. Now, granted, most of the time I'm probably speaking in a real estate oriented environment. But remember, to me, everybody is in real estate. And that's true. Think about it. Everybody is in real estate. Either you're in real estate because you own a property and you enjoy the benefits. You either live in that property or you rent out that property and create income and all sorts of other advantages. You're in real estate. Everybody else is on real estate. You can't avoid it. You're either on real estate when you go to bed at night as a tenant. You're on real estate when you go to work. Well, back in the day when you could go to work, but even when you're at home in your rental house, you're still on real estate. And the people in real estate get all the benefits of real estate. The people on real estate get the benefit of the use, but they pay for that benefit. And who do they pay that benefit to? The people in real estate. So my suggestion is that you become one of those people in real estate as opposed to on real estate. But back to my conversation, when I'm speaking to people, I always ask, how many people in the audience believe that real estate is a good investment? And invariably, 90, 95, 99, sometimes 100% of the people will raise their hand. Yes, real estate is a great investment. I've heard it is, I know it is, it doesn't matter, but almost 100% of the people agree that real estate is a good investment. And then I ask the next question, excluding the home that you own, how many people own investment real estate? Let me tell you that from 10 people, it drops down to 3. About 30% of the people will tell me that they have investment real estate. By the way, did you know nationally, this is just an interesting statistic, that out of the United States, about 6 in 10 people, 6 in 10 properties are owned by their owner occupant. And about 40% are investment properties. And so these people who about 3 in 10 say that they have investment property. And I go, well, just a minute ago, 100% of you said that real estate is a great investment. Why is it that only 30% of the people out there took this next step forward, the important step forward, and decided to own investment property? Now, at first, people will say, well, because they don't have enough money to put down and buy another one. But we went through a phase, and that statistic didn't change dramatically. When we were in the pre-bubble phase of the 2005, 2006 time frame, when you could fog a mirror and still get an investment property loan, crazy times, right? Yet it was still basically 3 out of 10 people. So it wasn't the money. It wasn't the money. It wasn't being able to qualify for it. What it was the fear. The fear of, what if I buy a property and the tenant's destroyed, or the tenants call me all night long and all this other stuff. And so we decided to attack that problem. We did that about 8 years ago. 8 years ago, it was before the bubble. We did that a few years, but right before the bubble, we created the automatic landlord. It's got to be over 10 years now. And since then, we have been perfecting that process on how anybody, you could have a full-time job and hardly ever touch your property. I can show you how to do that the automatic landlord way. And that's what we're going to talk about the entire week. And like I said, we're going to show you the process. We're going to show you how to cycle it. We're going to show you on Wednesdays, which is our midweek report, the news that supports it. And then on Thursdays, we're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about the money on our ATM edition of the Real Estate Show. And then Friday, we're going to talk about First Time Fridays. We're going to change everything up. Now that we're going to our new time at 5 o'clock, we're going to start talking about First Time Fridays. Instead of just doing a wrap up, you're going to love our new Friday selection. So anyway, the music is in. That means I'm on my way out. I got so much stuff that I want to share with you. And I hope you'll join me each and every weekday evening right now at 8 p.m. We don't start until November for our new time. But every night at 8 p.m., I'm right here for you. So until then, this is Eric Wilner signing off. Drive safe, wash those hands, and make it an automatic day. Bye-bye. Mitchell, I see you there. How are you? Thank you. You too. So we are off the air, and I want to say, first of all, I'm going to say a quick goodbye. I'm going to jump over to our Facebook page, but thank you to our YouTube audience there. Have a good night. And